But here's the problem. AI agents need to understand what things are. So a human sees a button and knows from context it's a buy button. Do you want to pull that visual?
Let's do that.
Is of course a creative visual for you. So I wanted to demonstrate what that actually means. What does it mean that AI agents look at your site, right? Go to the second one for a second. So it needs proper labels, semantic HTML, clear structure, and most sites don't have that because we build them for human eyes, not machine understanding. So I don't know about you, but there were a lot of times when I'm on someone's website and I'm trying to figure out, how do I buy this? Where's the button? How do I get to this? And I am confused. So AI agents are going to be even more confused. So this is the Grok picture of kind of what that actually means. So you can see here a human view, poorly marked HTML, and that means AI is confused. And then you can see what well-marked HTML is. So again,
let me draw this into the realm of reality for people that deal with this stuff. So if developers will do goofy stuff like this. You might have a link that's styled as a button, but it uses these classes, like nothing on the CSS classes says button or gives any indication that something is a button. So not using semantic markup, not using a button element to represent an actual button on the page. These are some of these semantic sins that could confuse an AI browser. Another one is not using semantic class names. So like saying something's a container, like, well, it's a container. If you use a big practice over the last few years has been to use something like Tailwind CSS, which is not 100% semantic. It uses these cryptic class names and these, lots of them together on certain elements. And you can't really tell what something is. Some of the element names are there for structure. Some are there specifically for style. Like there's all this muddying of the waters. And it's not really great because then when you have an AI thing trying to read the page, you're introducing opportunities for confusion. Not great. You have something else that's been used in accessibility called ARIA labels. These are nice. Those are really nice for AI agents. Like this was really something that was done for accessibility and for like handicapped people. Now it's not for handicapped people, it's for the AI browsing agents. So some of these things that were considered best practices, maybe somewhat fringe, like maybe we do this, maybe we don't. Now it's becoming clear that we have to do some of these things to cater to the machines that will be browsing and using these websites in the future. And it also suggests that some of these kitchen sink frameworks are not going to cut it because they introduce too much semantic confusion.
Right. So when AI browser watches, looks through your site, and you have done a good job with making sure that your site is understood by AI, and then another site that is just for human understanding, guess whose site AI agent, aka the Atlas or Comet, guess whose site is going to be used more by AI is probably the one that AI can understand and read the best. I'm just assuming. Chris, you tell me, like, who's going to be the better bet to go and more clear to understand and use.
Well, again, with AI, so much goes back to clarity. AI wants binary yeses or nos. If one site's markup delivers a much higher confidence percentage than another, then it's going to win. And the ways you do that is by making sure there's no confusion. In terms of the HTML code that's there, you don't want to introduce confusion. You want to keep it clean. But also in terms of the actual elements that appear on the page, the design of the page itself. This goes back to something I've been harping on that comes up, every other week or so. It's attention design. And attention design is basically you've got a web page is about a thing. The only stuff on that page is that thing. From top to bottom, the whole scroll, the whole thing is relevant to that topic and only that topic. There are not side links to other stuff like, oh, go check this out. There's not ads. There's nothing. Just the meat. And that is the flip side of it. That's the visual side of the confidence stuff for AI.
Yeah.
That's attention design, and then you got the code.
So I wanted our brains here, Chris, to kind of show the on the back, right? But Atlas got released. I was kind of hesitant about it. Then I read Dharmesh's newsletter, and now he was, of course, all in on it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to be brave and install it. So I did that yesterday. And I have to tell you, it's very, very different. You can't, I already see people on X, trashing it, putting it in trash. It's terrible, yada, yada. It is different. it's not the same browser as Chrome, because you have to actually use your brain on what you want to do with the page. So you can ask questions, you can summarize things. Like, I've analyzed our YouTube page today with our lives and all the, you just got to like rethink how you use it. So whether or not you like it or not, here's the deal: it is moving that direction. And like Ken was saying, he's watching this through Atlas browser, and it helps him analyze and summarize and do all that stuff. You can't think of it the same way as you think the for Chrome.